Oh, hey, Jaden. Okay. All right. Looks like we are now officially live over in Team Thrive Nation. All right. Hello, Team Thrive Nation. All right, let us know that you're on. Comment where you're tuning in from. If you're watching the replay, please let us know that you're watching the replay. Also, if everybody right now would go hit the share button, that way the friends that you have that are in this group will get a notification. Facebook is so stinking funny sometimes that a lot of people don't even know what we have going on because they're not getting any notifications. Hopefully you guys are have a chat room with your teams or something like that you can also let them know that we are live over here in Team Thrive Nation for a little Friday lunch. And we are going to be interviewing some of our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rock stars. So I'm super excited about an opportunity to do this. And you guys, if you would, real quickly, let's just do a quick roll call as far as our panelists. You guys introduce yourself. Let us know how long you've been with the company or how long you've been thriving. Tell us a little bit about you. We want to know who we're talking to today. So Deborah, I'm going to start with you.
All right. I am Deborah Moore. I live in South Carolina, originally from Iowa. So was blessed to be a part of this network through my Iowa roots. And I am an educator. I was with the State Department and then got tired of politics. So went back into the classroom in September. And I teach Montessori grades 1 through 3. I am a mom of teenagers and a 2-year-old. So I reach all spectrums of moms. And I love my Thrive experience because we range from 2 to 30. And I'm 39, so my stepson is 30, but it's just crazy how the Thrive experience has changed our lives. I found out about it because I was sleep driving when I was working with the State Department. I was driving 3 hours to work and just running off the road, just completely exhausted. Nothing was working for me. I would come home from work with my teenagers and I would just sit on the couch, scroll through Facebook and just tell them to kind of fend for yourselves. I was just kind of passing through life and not really involved. And it was on Facebook that I heard about the Thrive experience. And I'm forever thankful and continue to share 3.5 years later because I love what this product does for me.
Okay, I love it. And you're a teacher, so this is something that you work part-time. All right, I love that. Yes. You guys, if you do Lavelle full-time or part-time, be sure and include that in your introduction. Robin, I know you're on your lunch break. Tell us about yourself.
Hey guys, I am Robin Hicks. I'm out of Bridgeport, Texas, and I am on my lunch break. I work in corporate America in the accounting world. So just out of year end for me, I worked crazy schedules over Christmas and New Year's, and I'm just really busy and put this in between my nooks and crannies and finished the year off strong. I have been thriving for 4 years. And Mario reached out to me and just said, Robin, you need to get that husband of yours on Thrive because he had been sick. So we love our Thrive experience still to this day. And I'll keep doing this as long as I can, as long as I live.
I love it. Okay, Tiffany, introduce yourself, girl. Oh, you're muted though, Tiffany.
Nope.
There you go. Yes.
Okay. I am Tiffany Wagner out of Wisconsin. Almost 5 years I've been thriving. March will be 5 years for us. Let's see. I was also an accountant in corporate America, but I do this full time now along with my husband. He had a concrete business when we started thriving and completely blown away by the products. We started as customers, but I think it only took a day or two and we flipped over to promoting and absolutely love what we do, changing lives every day, and still loving our Thrive experience today.
I love it. Okay, Janelle, tell us about yourself, girl.
Hey, I'm from Prague, Oklahoma. I am an equine artist. I ended up not working on that particular area because I was a scenic artist. to stay at home to care for my disabled husband. He got hurt on the job almost 17 years ago. So the reason the Thrive experience was such an amazing blessing in my life was because the stress was absolutely destroying me as a person, and it was really hurting our interaction as a couple because I was watching him go through so much and it was really depleting me. So, you know, to say what things the Thrive experience I most love, well, the happiness and the feeling of this amazing well-being has been probably the biggest enjoyment that I've had, and it's really strengthened me as a person. It's helped my husband get a better quality of life. It's helped us as a couple. Do I do this part-time or full-time? Girl, I am the Thrive experience. This is a full-time 24/7. I go to bed thinking about Thrive. I wake up thinking about Thrive. I thrive throughout my full day. So this has absolutely been a mission for me in my life, for myself and for the others that I hope to have them see exactly how amazing life can be when you.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, Mandy, tell us about yourself, girl.
I'm Mandy Corson. I'm from a little small town in Southern Illinois called Marion. I have been thriving for 3 years it was December 19th. And I am a hairdresser part-time. I would love to give up that and be Thrive full-time, but right now it's just not in, you know, what I need to be doing. I started Thrive and I hit the promoter button that day. It wasn't planned, but we've kind of just went with it. My team has slowly grown. I did this for weight loss, and it wasn't about that. I needed the energy. I needed the mental clarity. I needed the mood supports and the aches and general discomforts. It's all around changed our lives over the last 3 years. So that's where we're at.
I love it. All right. So here's what I did, guys. I actually had what I did, if you guys saw it, I kind of took a spreadsheet that really listed out the people, names of people that were very, very consistent in submitting their 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's something that we launched in October, moving into the last 90 days of the year. And it really created a lot of momentum for people moving into 2019. And that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge has been launched again. Search this group at the top, type in 5-4-3-2-1. You're going to see also a link for my Kicking Off 2019. That's where you'll, with the link for the new submissions, because we're not the last 90 days anymore. We are moving forward into the first 90 days of the year. But real quickly, if I could just pull up, what 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is it's the daily activities that you're doing consistently and holding yourself accountable. We've got some trackers. Everybody kind of finds their own tracker that they prefer to use. But what is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? It's 5 reach outs a day, 4 follow-ups, 3 social media posts, adding to your names, 2 names to the list, and then connections with your upline, downline. Okay. So these ladies have been crazy consistent in submitting their 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know a lot of people have been crazy consistent in working the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but these were crazy consistent in doing and submitting. And I asked them when I put this little panel together if they could just give me a few questions that they wanted to ask. So first of all, I'm going to go over to Janelle. What types of questions do you use to start conversations? I mean, that's everybody wants to know, right? And I'm going to preface this with this because I don't even know what you're going to say. But remember, you be you. You do you. You focus on what you know. You are not Janelle. I'm not Janelle. You're not Maria. You're not Tiffany. You be you. But let's listen and hear what these ladies have to offer. So Janelle, how do you start some conversations? Tell us about that.
All right. Well, something that I learned with a particular reach out formula that I was using was I learned about the form, which is FORM. So these are the things that are great for anybody to use to start conversations. F, that is family. people love to talk about their family. So you ask them, how is your family doing? How are the kids doing? How's your husband? How's your wife? And people are going to be really happy to share about what's going on in their family lives. The O stands for occupation. People are oftentimes, they're at jobs they don't either like, or they're at jobs where they are spending lots of time working and they're exhausted, or they're standing, or they're doing physical work. And this is a great conversation opener to find out what types of needs they have that the Thrive experience can help them with. The next one is R, and it stands for recreation. Well, there you have the opposite of the occupation. What do people want to do or feel that they would love to do if they felt better for their recreational lives? I mean, do they love to travel? Do they love to do sports? These are some more questions that I asked to find out, again, what types of things do people like to do in their free time or dream about doing in their free time that the Thrive experience could help them with. And the last thing is M, which stands for motivation. And this is sort of a broad blanket. What types of things motivate them for any area of their lives? What would motivate them to be a better mother for their children? What would motivate them to be a better breadwinner for their family? What kind of motivation would they have? Maybe they need a new car, or they need some sort of an income blanket, or, a little bit of a buffer between that paycheck to paycheck. So that FORM, as far as the conversation starters, has been so simple, so easy, and amazingly effective. And that's what I generally go with, trying to use that to start the conversations.
I love that. I love that. Great golden nuggets. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me go over to Deborah here. How do you hold yourself accountable for this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 every day? I mean, I know all of these things are easy to do. They're also easy not to do, right? You've got a busy schedule. So how do you hold yourself accountable? And talk to me a little bit about this, because you work full time. I mean, you're on your Christmas break right now. When do you go back to school?
Monday.
Okay. So just a few more days, you could totally just veg out and put your business on the back burner, right? And get back into work mode on Monday. But what is it that keeps you in that zone? And also talk to us a little bit, since you are, a full-time employee. And we all know that teachers work way beyond just their hours in the classroom, right? So talk to us a little bit about how long does this typically take you? How do you incorporate this into a crazy busy life?
Okay. Well, for me, it's definitely about balance, because I have to kind of pick and choose what I'm spending my time on. And one thing, for this new year that I've started with is I put my health a lot on the back burner. I do great with the Thrive experience, never forget a day of that, but working out has just never been on my radar of what I want to do for myself. So I've definitely added that. And in adding that, I need to, look at my calendar full scale and see, okay, where am I going to fit that with, my reach outs, my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I also teach VIP Kid online, so I have to work that into my schedule. Wow. And for me, the mornings are great. I never have a full hour to do that power hour. So a lot of times I'll do 15 minutes in the morning. I'll check my notifications on my planning period. I will do any calls that I need to make on my drive home. I have about a 45-minute drive now, so I always take advantage of that on the drive home, making those calls, and then the drive to work, doing that professional development, listening to audiobooks or recorded calls or live videos. I love that I can go back and listen to those on my drive. But I have to break it down into those 15-minute increments. I also have a 2-year-old, so when I get home, it's like, mommy, mommy, mommy. So it's hard to schedule things during that time when I'm home. So I usually have from 5 to 8, I'm with her. I can squeeze in things here or there, but most of my time is, on my drives before I leave for work in the morning. And then when she goes to bed at night, if she doesn't stay up till 2 a.m., which she's been liking to do on this break. So I squeeze it in, and I really want to be more consistent with that. That's one of the reflections I've had is I've done the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 consistently. I've held myself accountable by not only submitting on your link, but I make sure to email, my uplines, Tara Price, Kendra Ollinger, Kim Collins. I, email them to, not that they want me to, it might annoy them, but I have to do that for myself to hold myself accountable, because you can let yourself down all the time, but you never want to let down someone else. And so has really helped me to know, oh my gosh, what's Kim Collins going to think if I don't send that email tonight? So that definitely has helped me.
Yeah, even though because she's expecting it now because you started it. That's why we say just activity just yields result, because once you start, you want to keep going. And I absolutely love that. In the comments, let us know if you work this business to and from work, which what I'm meaning by that, I'm hoping you're not texting to and from work, but is that when you take some time, if you're one of those that you use your drive time to plug into previous lives, audibles, make your phone calls, make connections, let us know. Okay. All right. Let's see. Mandy, talk to us a little bit about how you use your social media, like with reaching out and things like that with this whole 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, I just started probably about 6 months ago, really using Instagram more to build my followers. I'm with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When I got followers, I would, just message them and be like, thanks for the follow. They're loving my post, especially I noticed in the last 3 days with something Natasha Robertson's been doing for telling us what to post in a picture, and it's like blowing up. My following has went up, but I would message them and build relationships that way. And a lot of times they would find me on Facebook, because I'm not a big Snapchatter, using that, but I use it to my advantage, because my upline had told me, she would start to go in and, like their kids' pictures, build relationships that way. And the social media, that's where everybody's at. Everybody uses social media. They do not want to be face-to-face, talk to you face-to-face, don't want to be on the phone with you. They want to hide behind a message. And that's almost where you got to be at to get them to trust you and build that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I love that. And using it with intention, you're not just using your time. Obviously, like you said, you don't do this full time, so you can't just use all day long on social media without intention. You're utilizing it with intention, with building and adding to that list. And one of the things I've encouraged you guys to do is play this like a game board. Who are my 5 reach outs to today? Don't go into your 5. You guys tell me when you're doing, and this is, I'll open this up for anybody, but when you're doing your 5 reach outs, are you approaching it with, I've got to reach out to 5 people today and get 5 orders? Talk to me about that. What's your approach?
Basically, good morning, have a great day. I would send, I save like my Snapchat, and I'll send a picture. Like, we were doing a challenge one time, and I sent a bunch of picture messages out, and I wrote something on it, be the best you can be, have a great day. You've got this day, just something inspiration. And if, sometimes I get ignored. That's what happens, is you're going to get ignored more than anything. But you know what, that's what I was telling in one of our group chats last night, it kind of fuels my fire, because those ignores, are eventually after 3 years have turned into yeses. It has. You are first to know this, being in this business, Maria, that after all these years, someone's going to say yes. They're finally going to look at you and be like, okay, I'm ready. I'm seeing this. But they get you want them to know that you care about them, not just about getting them on Thrive. You know, yeah, you care about their well-being and you want them on Thrive because you know they're going to benefit from it, but you want them to know that you actually see what they do on a daily basis and care about, you know, they got a test tomorrow, or they have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, or they had a death in the family, you know, it's just stuff like that. You've got to build that relationship.
Right. And so would you say that 5 reach out portion of the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is really to stay connected with your non-thriving friends?
Yes. Yes. Because a lot of my friends they're like, do not talk to me about Thrive. I connected with somebody I went to high school with. He was a year older than me, and he sent me a message. He was like, wow, you look great, because I had lost a bunch of weight and everything. He was like, but do not sell me this Thrive stuff. And I'm like, okay. You know, most people are like, you know, I do not want to hear about it. So a lot of times I don't, but knowing that I still care and that I'm there, maybe they'll see the positivity in my life and realize, wow, it's not just about this. It's about, wow, she's smiling. I mean, I'll get a message, wow, this just changed your life. You're smiling all the time, you know, but they're still not ready to take that leap. So you got to keep in contact with them just so you know that you're there if they need you.
Right. I love that. And, you know, I think, you know, a lot of times we never know. That's why it's so important for us to live this Thrive life out loud, is that you never know. I've had people contact me before that they said, oh, hey, Maria, so-and-so at work is looking into Thrive. And I told them if they thrive, they need to thrive with you. So like, they're not thriving with me, but they know enough about my passion for this product and this business that they're totally okay with referring their work person to me. Tiffany, kind of give us some input on that, just in those connections, because you've been doing this a long time. You've had a lot of success. So talk to us a little bit, like you mentioned. I mean, you're approaching your 5-year anniversary, right? 5-year, yes, approaching. Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about what this has done, because I think what's important here is we understand that this has been great for a brand new person coming in to know what to do on a daily basis. But this has also been great for that person that's maybe been in a funk in their business and needs a refresher or restart. You guys have always been in the zone. I mean, I think that has a little bit to do with the fact that your husband owned a business before this. So he was used to, I have to show up every day to my job or it's not going to grow. I mean, he owned his own business. So I think you guys take a different mindset to this, but I've been in your home. I see you go to that office and the two of you together, you guys get to work. So you guys have always been consistent. So tell me, what about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 kind of rocked your world? Why do you love it so much? And talk to us about this whole connection thing again.
Well, it has made our connections with people just even more, because having to send those messages every day, finding new people to send those messages to every day. I've got like, I don't know, 3,500 friends on Facebook or something like that. And I don't know all of them, you know, so it's forced me to really go through and try to get to know people. Why are they my friend? Are they already thriving? You know, how did I become friends with them? And it's really opened up a lot more doors for us. And we have been consistent. March will be 5 years of us thriving. And, you know, here's the deal. When I started 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Maria, I thought I was doing all the things already, you know, because I've been so consistent and been doing my reach outs and my follow-ups and all that. I started it really just to show my team, like, hey, this is awesome. This is simple. We can do this. Let's do it together. And I really quickly realized there was 2 spots that I was missing. And so I've made that goal to fill in those 2 spots. And what that's been doing for me is adding 2 people to my list every day. Like I said, I've got all these Facebook friends, and a lot of them I don't even know where they came from. So I've been adding those people to my list of people to reach out to, you know, eventually. It's also really kept me focused on talking to a leader every day, whether it's upline, downline. I stay connected with my team pretty well, but I don't always pick up the phone and talk to somebody, you know. We do 3-way calls, we do 3-way chats, but just you know, picking up the phone and calling somebody has been just awesome. I have, the people on my team know this, but I have pink time in my calendar. And what that is, I take a pink highlighter and I've got 1 to 2 hours that I highlight in pink in my calendar every day that is set aside for my personal activity. The reach outs, the follow-ups, trying to figure out who these friends are and what their interests are, so I have something to reach out to them about. It has kept my pink time way more focused. I know exactly what I have to do in that pink time. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I really didn't think it would make a difference just because I thought I was doing everything already. And it's made all the difference. It's the personal activity, the PPA, everything has gone up. So I love it, even doing this almost 5 years.
That's awesome. I love it. Robin, talk to us a little bit about follow-up, so you've got, all of us, you're creating those free accounts, you're planting those seeds. Talk to us a little bit about follow-up and your approach. I know you work full-time. You've got an hour commute each way to and from work.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about how you, this whole follow-up, that's number 4 on the list. So we talked about our 5 reach outs. Let's talk about number 4, which is that follow-up approach.
So someone already mentioned the hour to and from work. I do a lot of follow-ups that way. I contact my team that way. I contact potentials that way. But I do phone calls. I do catch up on calls that way. But as far as follow-ups, it's a special reach out. I consider it kind of special because I've already connected with them once or twice or more, or maybe 4 years that I've been in the business. They may be a customer, they may be a promoter, but I tend to follow up with the most recent folks first, just so that, because it's, right there in their mindset. If someone hasn't been active or has never been active, I'll shoot out a message monthly. But I especially have if I have a good promo or something, I'll follow up to a customer or a promoter. Like if it's in conjunction with a company promo, and just, it may be from 4 years ago, or it may be from last week and haven't done anything, I'll follow up. But I tend to, I don't know if it was Tiffany, but I tend to take a picture of all of my dates open, follow up with my promoters, tell them, here's what I have open, you fill it in, and I just go with that. But follow-ups for me could be an active or a non-active, but I have reached out before.
I love it. Okay, Janelle, talk to us. So how do you actually, what does it look like on your desk? Like, do you print out the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 sheet? Do you use other, how are you connecting? How are you keeping track of all this? Talk to us about what it looks like.
I think I mentioned to you about me being the artist and how my mind works. Like a 5-year-old with the coloring book and there's crayon everywhere. The reason that I love the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is because, I do use the printout sheet. It's right there in front of me. It's very organized, and it definitely helps me to know, what have I done? What do I still need to do? So it helps me to focus. And because I'm here at home all day long, I can, just fill this in, as the mood strikes, or, as somebody I see comes online. But having the actual tracker in front of me has been very helpful. And the other thing that I recently started having a lot of success with, as far as how to organize the reach outs, the follow-ups, the new people, is with the Teamsy product. And that's been really good about automatically it organizes who I've reached out to for me, and I can just keep notes in there so that somebody I've reached out to will, depending on how I rate them, will come up in a month or 2 months or 3 months. So I don't have to have scribble notes, notebooks, sticky notes everywhere you know, to try to remember, okay, who did I talk to? Oh my God, did I follow up with this person? You know, I've got somebody that's starting today. Did I remember to touch base with them? You know, all of these types of tools have helped me to be better organized in my unorganized life.
Right. I'm not an artist, but I say my brain is a big picture brain. It doesn't focus on details, and there's a zillion tabs open in my brain at any given moment. It's kind of funny. And you guys are asking for some things. Yes, you can search 54321 at the top of the group page. I did just put in there, a PDF that's going to help guide you a little bit. Also, I will attach the link of kicking off 2019, and then that has the trackers or the links that you guys need to save as far as submitting this every single Sunday night. Remember, this is always, you guys, let's talk about this a little bit, because I didn't pull, oh, well, what does, how many points does Janelle have? I didn't pull how many points does Mandy have, because to me, I wanted to interview you guys because you were consistently submitting. So you were consistently doing the do. I don't even know what ranks you guys are. Okay. But let's talk a little bit about that. Who wants to address the progress over perfection and the whole daily commitment versus just not doing a thing at all?
I can add to that, because that's one thing that I analyzed in the beginning with the 54321, because I have like 500 free enrollments, but I haven't followed up with all of them. And so I had to stop saying, well, does this count as a reach out? Does this count as a follow-up? Because they have a free enrollment, but if I've never built the relationship with them, I tend to count that as, well, that's a reach out, because I haven't started reaching out with them. Yes, I might have met them, at an Eyeglass World and got them a free account, but I never followed up with them. Mm-hmm. And so I think you have to stop putting barriers on it and just know that any action is action, and you have to be proud of the action that you are making and not get so caught up in, oh gosh, I didn't get 2 new names added to the list, because I'll be honest, that's one area that I struggled with a lot. And I was nervous about submitting if I didn't have 2 names added, but it is about progress. It's about growth. It's not about having every box checked. It's about doing something for your business and not necessarily getting caught up in having to be perfect and having, to do everything. And I think a lot of times we can get caught up in, well, I'm the only one on my team submitting. It doesn't matter. You're submitting because you have to be in control of your business, and it's not about your team and what they're doing or not doing. And you have to be proud of every, little bit that you have. My daughter is in here. She went off to college this year, and, I have to be an example for her. She's a promoter on my team now, and I have to set that example and show her that, whether or not she chooses to run her business right now or any of my other teammates, I'm still doing the do, because I see the big picture and I want more for me and my family. And so I have to be willing to do the effort and not just worry about, oh my gosh, I didn't check all the boxes today.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because, the main thing is don't limit yourself. I don't know if you guys saw, I actually just talked about this on another Zoom I was doing right before I hopped on here, but actually took a few hours the other day and watched Dumplin'. It's on Netflix. It's that Jennifer Aniston movie that's out right now. I watched it with my daughter, and I won't ruin it for you guys, but I will tell you, Dumplin' has a lot of insecurities that literally are blocking her from receiving the blessings that are coming her way. She has so much love coming to her. She has so much light and so much light, but she is literally blocking herself from those blessings. And that's something in 2019 that we have to move forward is don't limit yourself. Don't block yourself off from the blessings that are coming your way. You know, you are capable and you are worthy, and, you know, you are enough. And if you have a story, which I don't think you'd be listening here if you didn't have a story, that's where you start. You focus on your story, what it's done for you. You don't have to know it all. You do need to connect. You need a little bit of connection because you've got to have that connection to connect that person with someone else's story, right? Which this all entails. Let's talk a little bit about connecting. What are you guys using the most as far as connection? Are you using voice chats, three-way calls? Talk to us a little bit about that. You know, if you've got, for the brand new person, they're reaching out, they're like, oh my gosh, I got to tell you what I found. And their friend is like, what? And you say, okay, have you heard of Thrive? Hang on just a second, you know, and then you connect that person with Tiffany. Okay. And you say, hey, Tiffany, this is my friend so-and-so. I want her to know everything about Thrive because she's a good friend of mine. I feel so good, but I just don't even know enough yet to tell her everything. Can you share your story? See, talk to us though a little bit about your connections. What do you guys prefer the most as far as your connections?
I'm going to step in on this one because it's more, I used to be the, connection calls all the time. But like I said before, people do not want to pick up the phone anymore. It's not even, I mean, I like to talk on the phone sometimes. It's better to be able to see everything, hear everything over voice, the passion in somebody's voice, but they don't want to. So if I have somebody that's interested, I'll usually say, let's start a group chat. I'll try to get them on the phone, be like, hey, I would love to talk to you over the phone. It's a little bit easier to explain. If they are just negative about it, I will, just do several voice messages because they've got to hear the passion in your voice. But that's what, if I have a new promoter going on, I'll say, listen, start a group chat with me and the person. And then we'll go from there trying because just the three-ways are just the three-way connection calls are just not working. Like for me, that was me. It seemed like my business started growing more when I did connection chats. And I do a lot of connection chats. I mean, I've got so many chats going on right now. It's crazy.
I love it. Well, you know what I love most about the connection chat is someone can introduce me to their friend and I can share my story. But then I love the fact that their friend can now totally go stalk my page. And this is why it's so important for you to have your Thrive life loudly, and boldly and proud on your Facebook wall, because she can go stalk my Facebook page. She can see that I'm a mama. She's going to see I'm a twin mama because I've recently posted some pictures of my twins on my timeline. She's going to see some, she's going to see a team-wide celebration, almost 300 million in online orders for 2018. She's going to see some Thrive experience stories. She's going to see an album of some pictures. She's going to see fun and light and life and living out loud. And hopefully that's going to have her say, oh my gosh, I want some of that, So that validation even works beyond that messenger chat. See, and here, let me give you a little tip here. Those of you that are connecting with your upline, okay, first of all, do not introduce them as your upline. It just sounds weird. They are your friend that cared enough about you to share Thrive, right? So introduce them as your friend that introduced this to you, and secretly tell them, maybe send a text and just say, hey, by the way, after once you get a chance to chat with her, go stalk her Facebook page. You know what I mean? Because you're even pointing them to, hey, go stalk it. Like, go see, why, I love this so much. And you'll see a little bit more from her. Another key phrase to use is, especially those of you that have been doing this for a while, is just to say, I know you know my story. You've been watching me for 3 years, but I want to connect you with someone else just so you get a different perspective. Those are also good little tidbits. Okay, we've almost been on here for 45 minutes. Any last minute closing thoughts, guys? To wrap it up.
I'd just like to add that the instant messenger on Facebook can also be used as a phone. So I put Leslie in with my New Zealand folks last night, and we had a nice chat with New Zealand. So that I mean, who knew you could do that? I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's new. It's new to me.
I love it. Any other last minute closing thoughts, guys?
I'll jump in here.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, anybody that's on the fence, you know, doing anything, we've got a gal that she's been a promoter for quite a while. She decided to make a decision and do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She went 4K in, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, and she went 12K in 90 days from using 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
so it's just like, do it. It's simple. Just do it.
Just do it. Just here's the deal. Why not? Why not do it? I mean, you owe it to yourself to invest, you know, how much time are you willing to invest in building a better you? You know, not everybody doesn't want to leave their job. Everybody doesn't want to, you know, replace an income around here. Everybody doesn't think they want to make $1 million. You do, but you don't let your brain go there, right? But it's not about that. It's, you know, this whole theme, hustle for joy. What if you did 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 consistently for 90 days? That puts us the end of March, and you're able to book your summer family vacation paid for in cash because of the work that you did on a daily basis that built a residual income, right? And it's all extra money, right? So that you could do what you've never done before this summer with your family, or you could send your son to that baseball camp he's been begging to go to, or you could put your daughter in dance, or you could, you know, over the next 90 days, you started doing this, and after 30 days, you didn't have to check your bank account before you walked into the grocery store. Those are the big things in life. You know what I mean? And celebrate those moments along the way, right? All right, guys, I feel like we should wrap this thing up, but thank you. Guys, give them some love for taking 45 minutes out of their day to hop on here and share with you guys. Why not you? Why not go for it? I promise all of us will let you know we don't have anything special going on, but we do have a drive. I think you guys saw that in these ladies' faces today, and just the confidence and the excitement in their voices. So you can do it. So yes, Stephanie, if you're horrible with time management, yes, this can get you on track to reach your goals. So let's launch this thing and say thank you again. Bye, guys. We're going to close it out.